It's week 1 of high school football. Now back to Fox Football Friday.
Golden Bears fans pretty happy right there. We'll have the highlights in just a bit and see if they were ultimately happy when their game was over. But right now we're going to head back down to Rutherford County for another good matchup tonight. Blackman hosting Pearl Cone in a game that the Blaze won last year 36. Dave Foster rejoins us from Blackman with highlights of this matchup. Dave?
Yeah, Paul, I've learned something out here. When you're on a darkened football field all by yourself and you have the only light, you will attract some really big bugs. Nothing to do with the football game, just something I learned. Yeah, you were talking about Blackman and Pearl Cone. Blackman coming into this game 1-0 on the season so far. Pearl Cone 0-1. Philip Shadowan's team all tied up at no score in the first quarter. But the Blaze threatening. Watch the tough running by Cole Notgrass, putting a Firebirds defender into the grass with a big hit into the end zone. It was 7-0 Blackman. In the second quarter, same score, still 7-0. The Blaze punting, but it's muffed here, and the Blackman defenders jump on it. Once again, they were set up deep in Pearl Cone territory. Guess who? It's not Grass again, in for another touchdown, and it was 14-0 Blackman. Pearl Cone, though, would get something going before halftime. Keyshawn Vaughn would bounce outside and go to the right side for the score, and it was 14-7. But Blackman goes on to the victory tonight by the score of 38-14. So they've started the season as well 2-0. These Rutherford County teams, Paul, are looking very tough. Again, no real surprise there.
Dave, let's get back to Philip Shadowans for a moment. Obviously a very difficult task, trying to replace Itavius Mathers. How has he gone about trying to do it?
Well, you saw some of those touchdowns there from Notgrass. Remember also that Itavius' younger brother, D. Mathers, was in the game tonight. He was also picking up some pretty good yards on the ground. Now, it doesn't replace Itavius, who, of course, was one of the best, if not the best, prospects in the state. But still, between Notgrass and the younger Mathers brother, they look pretty good tonight on the ground.
And let's not forget Jerry Mathers. Dave Foster, thank you very much. Appreciate that live report tonight. Where'd he go? One more before we wrap up our high school coverage for the night. McGavock coming off a 34-point performance in its opener, while Mount Juliet was even more high-octane. The Bears with 44 points last week. Now, this is interesting. You always expect the big entrance by the team. Here are the Golden Bears waiting. One guy breaks through the banner. What's up with that? You see, he's the conductor. He's now conducting the Golden Bears as they come out from that banner, and they are ready to make some sweet music on the field. They do it right here. The give to Caleb Hopkins, weaving to the outside and gets in. That gives Mount Juliet a 7-0 lead. The Golden Bears were up 14-0 when McGavock finally gets going. Nice second effort in for the short TD run, and that makes it a 14-7 game, but just way too much from the Golden Bears tonight. Contrez McCathern just getting across the goal line to make it 21-7 Mount Juliet. And the final was 45-14. A very big night for Mount Juliet. A happy crowd out there. That's going to wrap up our high school coverage for the night. The scores will continue to run at the bottom of the screen, however, in case you're just tuning in. And I'll post the highlights on our website shortly. But up next, we're going to check in with the